Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss regarding queue data structure. As we know that queue comes under the non-primitive linear data structure. In our previous videos we have discussed regarding the types of data structures and definition of data structures. In that we have discussed that there are two types of data structures. One is primitive and another one is non-primitive. In primitive we are having integer, float, character, pointer, and in non-primitive it is again classified into two categories, that is linear and non-linear data structure. So in linear data structure we are having stack, queue, arrays, linked list, string, and in non-primitive, in non-linear data structures we are having like trees and graph. So this linear and non-linear basically depends upon the way how they are storing the values in the RAM. So if the values are stored in the consecutive memory location, so that particular data structure comes under the linear data structure. If the values are stored in non-consecutive memory locations, then it will come under the non-linear data structure, and examples are trees and graph. So in our previous videos we have discussed regarding the arrays, pointers, and stack. Similarly, here in this video we are going to discuss regarding the queue. Queue is also a very useful data structure which is having n number of applications in designing of operating system, database management system, operating systems, and so on. Because of its n number of applications, queue is very important topics in data structure. So in this video we are going to thoroughly study what is queue, what are different operations of the queue, and how queue is implemented in C by using in case of data structure. So coming to the definition of queue, as the name suggests, queue, as generally there are the situations where suppose we want to purchase something, or we went for some pictures or movies, we went for that particular things where there is a crowd. So to have or to get the entry in that particular hall, or in that particular, to get that particular thing, there are the situations where we have to form a queue. And the basic principle or this basic purpose of that queue is that there should be no just injustice with the others or whatever persons are there. Means whoever come first will be served first, or will be given the access first, or will be given a chance to enter in the particular premises first. So like this, if there are if this type of situations are there, we have to form a queue. So similar thing is there in case of queue data structure also. So we can define queue is queue like this. Queue is an abstract data structure which is somewhat similar to stack. Queue is open at both ends. One end is also used to insert the data, and another is used to remove the data. Queue follows first in first out methodology. That is, data items stored first will be accessed first. So here one thing we have to remember, that The basic principle follows in queue data structure is FIFO, that is first in first out. Means whatever items you are going to insert first will be deleted first, and whatever items that is inserted last will be deleted last. So in this way queue data structure operates. Means queue basically follows the principle of first in first out, that is FIFO. Whatever items are inserted first will be deleted first, and it has two ends. Okay, as we can see in this diagram, here there is a diagram of something, some traffic is there on the road, and the vehicles are formed or vehicles are coming in a queue. So here, if whatever vehicle comes first, it will go out first. So like this they are forming the queue. So first in first out, last in last out. So this is the basic principle of queue. It is very opposite to the stack, as we know that it's in stack first in loud out principle is used, but in case of queue first in first out principle is there. This means that queue and stack are totally opposite. In stack we are having only one end to access the element, that is called as top. Here there are two ends. First end is used for inserting the elements, and second end is used for deleting the elements. So elements are inserted from one end, that is called as front, and they are deleted from another end, that is called as rear. So in this way the queue data structure work. Now coming to the queue representation, how to represent the queue in our data structure. So in this diagram we have represented it like this. We are inserting the values in this queue. These are datas. So we have inserted this data like this. So we have first inserted this data, that's why that will become first out, and we are inserting this data in the last, so that will be last in last out. So in this way we are going to form the queue. So the basic operations which are going to be performed on queue is like initialization, defining, utilization, and deleting the elements. The basic operations associated with queue are in queue, add an item in the queue, dequeue means deleting the elements from the queue. Few more functions, that is pick, get the element at the front of the queue, then is full, whether the queue is empty or full, you have to check it. As empty, you have to check the values in the queue are there or not. So these are the basic operations, and the operations which are performed from in the queue are from two ends. One is called as front and other one is called as rear. Front is used to insert the values in the queue, and rear is used to delete the values from the queue. Now coming to the different algorithms that are used for implementation of the queue, like pick. This function helps to see the data at the front of the queue. The algorithm of this is as follows. So queue front, as we know that there are two ends in the queue, front and rear. Front is used to insert the elements, and rear is used to delete the elements. Elements are inserted from the front and they will be deleted from the rear. So if we want to check what is the value at the front, so we can use this algorithm to check the value at the front of the queue, so it will return front. In this way it will implemented in the C language also by using this function int pick and two curly brackets return q. So this way we can get the value at the front. Now if you want to check whether the queue is full or not, queue is full. So if the size of the queue is 5, if there are all 5 elements are present in the queue and you want to enter the sixth element, in that case you have to first check, or for before inserting any element in the queue, first of all we have to check whether the queue is empty or full. If queue is full, we cannot insert any element in the queue, and if it is empty, then we can insert the element. So to check whether the queue is full or not, so we have to check the rear element or rear pointer of the queue. So as we are using single dimension array to implement the queue, we just check the rear pointer to reach at maximum to determine that queue is full. In case we maintain queue in a circular linked list, algorithm will be somewhat like this. So is full procedure is there. If it is equal to the maximum size, return true, otherwise false. So we are checking the rear pointer. If it is equal to the size of the array, then this indicates that the queue is full. So that can be implemented in the C language with the help of this code like this. So in this way the queue will be there. Now coming to the empty, how to check the queue is empty or not. So in that case we are using the algorithm like this, is empty. If front is less than minimum or front is greater than rear, the queue is empty. So in this way the queue will be implemented, or different operations will be implemented. Now coming to the operations, queue maintain two data pointers, as we know that front and rear. Therefore its operations are comparatively difficult. So the following steps are used to insert the data in the queue. Check the queue is full. If the queue is full, then we have to give the message that queue is full. Otherwise, if queue is not full, increment the rear pointer and then add the element in this way. So in this way, first we have to check the rear, and if that condition is satisfied, then we have to insert the element. Otherwise we have to give the message that queue is full. Now accessing the element from the queue is a process of two tasks. Access the data from the front, okay, and then we have to follow the certain procedure like this. So step 1 is check if the queue is empty. If the queue is empty, then there will be underflow condition, means queue is empty, means we are accessing the elements and elements are not present in the queue. In that case underflow condition will be there. Then if the queue is not empty, access the data from front, increment the front pointer, return the success. So in this way we are going to insert and delete elements from the queue. So basic thing we have to remember, one thing is that while inserting the element in the queue, we have to increment the front, and similarly while deleting the element we have to first of all while deleting the element we have to increment the front, and while inserting we have to increment the rear. So in this way front and rear will be the two pointers in case of queue, which are used for performing the queue operation. Basically queue can be used in scheduling algorithms, in database management system softwares, in operating systems, and in many applications of data structure for implementing different data structures or different operations of data structure. So queue is very basic and the most useful data structure in case of C language, which has n number of applications. We have to remember regarding the queue that it follows first in first out. It has two pointers, front and rear. Elements are inserted from rear and they are deleted from front. Whenever we are going to insert the element, we have to increment the rear, and whenever we are going to delete the element, we have to increment the front. So in this way, the operations on the queue can be performed in different ways. Now we can now we stop here.